TG2000 Talks, Part 2, 11 years old. 11 years old is the start of where my life got significantly more complex and where I first began doing things on my own. At this point in my life, I have accomplished quite a lot interpersonally in terms of building on my personality, learning, and applying coping mechanisms. I got re-diagnosed with a new set of disorders, which are bipolar mania type 1, mild schizophrenia, OCD, PTSD, attachment disorder, and MDD. The above disorders still apply as my diagnosis as of current. My typical month would go like below. Most of the time I would spend on my desktop computer, doing research, playing games, changing grades for classmates, downloading torrents, listening to music on my surround sound. Sometimes I had two surround sounds. Playing video game, boom, we're gonna have to turn it down. Anyway, exploring my sexuality, of course. Going to school, and trying to build AI chatbots. Oh, that's pretty specific for such a fucking, yeah. Anyway, on my birthday, every year my mom and I would go to the Portage Crossroads Mall to go shopping for anything I wanted under $200. That was fun. Bought a lot of video games, bought shit like Xbox, and just bought a lot of shit. A lot of fun shit. Like, I went to this, there's a lot of shit. So. Anyway, in middle school, I was the different person that didn't fit in. Although I liked it because I distinguished myself from their typical maturity and typical awareness for their age. And I really didn't want to interact with middle schoolers because the fun was talking to the teachers. And the rest of the adults, people who acted like me but weren't called different or weird because, well, they're adults. They're supposed to act how I was acting like me at the time because I wasn't an adult in the room, they were. At 11 years old, home life was actually pretty peaceful. I watched a lot of anime and manga, whatever the fuck you say it, and was always very calm because of my medications. Like, well, now, as I'm recording this, very calm, balanced, too balanced. Anyway, it wasn't of average stability for a household according to populous statistics, and I knew that. But I was content and at the same time lost inside, but unlike currently, I always had a self-identity. One of the most troubling problems was that my OCD made it so hard to read that, well, that it took 5 minutes to read a fucking page that everyone else could read around me read about 1.5, like 30 seconds a minute, about 5 minutes, yeah. I have overcome that issue with prodigious success, though, and as of current. Next is 14 years old. A much more complex time in my life, hence a much longer, much deeper coverage with the audio.